Welcome to another video with Slavic D on topic of DoorDash, rideshare, and I believe Red is another app that I will be using today. Roadie, not Reddit. So, if you haven't liked and subscribed, please subscribe, click the bell, and like the video. And if you have, I really appreciate you. So let's start. I kind of decided to do a little kind of like a recording of as I go um, down to Danville. I decided to try out and see how I'll do on dashing in the market where I used to in the small town. So kind of heading out down there, and we'll see how it goes. So I'll speed everything up at 12x, which usually takes about 12 minutes from my town to Danville. That's from end of town to the beginning of town. I will run all in 1 minute. I also needed to drop something off at UPS store, so when I pulled it into a town, I started a dash, and then I'm like, started the app, and then I'm like, no, I'll turn it off. First, drop that off because who knows where it's gonna take me, and then I might forget and not get that dropped off at the UPS store. So dropped it off, and we are here coming up shortly where I parked, and then when I came back into the car, that's when I turned the app and got my first delivery. So there it is where we pulled in, and this part is not on speed. As I got back in the car, I started the app, and I seen Zaxby being a hot spot, and then I got an order. Um, Kind of didn't register in my mind that this order is going to Hubble House, so I started it. I accepted it, took a picture, and I'll actually show you guys the picture. And I started driving, and I pulled up to Zaxby's. And this is actually first topic that I want to talk about is leading to what actually happened at Zaxby's. Give me a minute. As you guys can see on the screen, Hubble House, 4 items, 1.7 miles for 525. I'm like, sure, take it, especially since I still have not decided am I going to try to raise my score up to 70 acceptance rate or not to be a top dasher next month. So kind of, got it, run with it. So I pull up to Zaxby's and completely just blanked out. I go into the store, no deliver. They say they have no delivery for this customer. I got to a point where I even called DoorDash, and they verified with the restaurant. They said the restaurant will prepare it. I go back in, and they say no, they haven't received any orders from DoorDash. And that's when I realized I'm at the wrong store. So here's the interesting part is, I went into a store, nobody bothered to actually ask me, am I at the right store? I called DoorDash. Nobody bothered to ask me, am I at the right store? I go in the second time to the store, and still nobody bothers to ask me, am I at the right store? And then it just clicks. I'm supposed to be at Hubble House, not at the Zaxby's. So guys, sometime when you're out there and the restaurant does not have your order, ask yourself, are you at the right restaurant? Because we have so many choices and restaurants are so nearby, and sometimes we might not even realize we are at the wrong place. So just ask yourself, are you at the right place? DoorDash, if you're listening and somebody calls, the restaurant doesn't have the food, the order's not there, included in your question in the questionnaires one of the questions, are you at the right store? Ask them, are they at that particular store, or maybe they're just whatever reason at the wrong store. I kind of been thinking about going back, and I kind of realized I probably ended up that store just for one reason. It's because I was so excited to go out dashing. I seen that Zaxby's as a hot spot, and I just went for it, not even read. And then everything else that happened is just didn't register until, boom, I'm at the wrong place. So then I pulled up to Hubble House, and I say one thing interesting about the Hubble House. No matter, are you 20 minutes late? Are you on time or in early? They never have your food ready. So that's just kind of story with them. But I spent probably 5 or 6 minutes at the Hubble House. They got the food ready. I pulled out $1. Next time when I will go in, I'll see how will they respond. Which I'm not really excited taking Hubble House orders for certain reasons. But maybe in the future I'll explain. But let's proceed. I'll start the speed process again. So as we got to the Hubble House, then left, um, on our way right now to the customer, got the order dropped off, and it actually took us about 25 minutes with that mess up that I had to make 525. Yeah, it's a lot, but that is the reality. Then I got a Walmart order going for 8.4 miles for $12, 8 items. So pulled up. I usually like that 11 stalls, and I'll try to. Here's a little tip about Walmart. When you're getting close to Walmart, you can start accept that you arrived and put in a stall that you think will be available, and that actually allows them, by the time you get there, allows them to actually meet you already as you're pulling up. Especially when they're not busy. Like today they were a little busy, I had to wait a little. So um, I had to verify the order because I kind of felt that the guy gave me the wrong order, but then we verified and I was on my way with the delivery. On my way there, I had someone give me a call, and they had a couple questions regardless starting up a business. So I actually talked with them on my way back from the client about actually possibly showing up on my YouTube channel as we will talk about those questions more. When I dropped off the order at the client, I don't know why, either internet issues or something, I got this notifications. I couldn't move forward. Eventually, it seemed like everything complete. When I got back into Danville, and I started up my app again because I put it on pause. My order as if I never delivered. I had to call customer service for them to actually finish the order on their end. Otherwise, they were telling me I have to, if I have to do it myself, I'll have to go back to the customer and just pretty much go with the process again. It was kind of ridiculous. So they completed my delivery. So that order took us 30 minutes for $12. I say was not bad. Um, on my way back, I talked with a guy, and maybe in a week or two, I'll have him on the channel if he doesn't change his mind. And then we'll pretty much go through the same questions and kind of give you guys an idea how you can actually talk with a person and kind of give some tips on how to launch a business. From here, I decided to actually check in because DoorDash said it's related to your data plan. So I went to my cell phone provider, which is Cricket Wireless. I have 5 lines, right now paying 135 for 5 lines with unlimited. And something that um, clerk at the door at the Cricket Wireless said, "Oh, you have a. It comes from automatic from the manufacturer on your phone, where when you reach certain amount of data, your phone just will start limiting your internet." So he set it up like I think he said 2 terabytes or something. And then I discovered something else that nothing changed. So I had to call Cricket, and that's when I found out that there's plans where they do uh, limit internet after certain limit, and there are plans that not. And they said, in my position, is the best to actually trade upgrade to a plan that does not, and if not enough of data at that point, then buy extra data for my phone. So those of you that have Cricket, you want to make sure that you are on a plan that doesn't limit you after certain amount of bandwidth you use. So that's the update. Then I got a Walmart, 3 items to drop off for 15.50. Took a little time to figure out where they have these Black Friday pickups. Change stalls to get kind of closer. Eventually, they have uh, gave me the items, and I proceeded on a delivery. And let me see. So we are off. So that was our first drop off. I do remove the areas where I drop off the customer's home due to DoorDash policy of customer privacy. So we completed our first, heading to the second. And as we're heading to the second, when I picked up this first order, I looked at Roadie. There was actually 2 delivery, one for 31, one for 50, and I'll start talking about it a little bit here. So right now, we completed our second delivery, and then I went back to Roadie app, and the $50 one was taken away with the $38 still available. So I picked that order up, and we started heading towards Stanford. And that's right there, that Roadie order. So 11 deliveries, 20 items for $38. Total run for 33 miles, 1 hour, 2 minutes estimated time to complete the delivery. So here's a breakdown of the deliveries. We have 20 items, 11 deliveries. Something about the, as you guys can see, I offer pending. So what you do is whatever the amount that there's putting those orders up, if the order is interested to you, you hit submit offer, then you have to wait until they accept your offer. Sometime they will accept somebody else's offer. There's more than one person submitted the offer, so I'm not sure exactly how they choose from who, but I had a situation at the end of the video that actually made that happen. So I came down from Denver all the way down to Stanford, and I was still not, uh, and the offer was still not accepted. I didn't know that that has a special location, so I pulled out the regular pickup. They said I have to go to their Black Friday pickup. When I arrived, I ran into situations, and I'll explain to you guys in a minute. And this is the lesson that I learned, and I want to actually share that with you guys. It's very important before you start scanning any items in on the batch orders. You first remove any order that store not able to provide you because the customer took it or whatever the situation is. And only then start scanning the items in. If you start scanning the items in, you no longer cannot remove any items. And Roadie service, customer service, I haven't received it right now. What, at least 6 or 7 hours later, and I still have 10 hours, 12 hours later, 10 about, and I still have not received from them anything in response to my message to them. So eventually, Walmart came out and kind of helped me out by canceling one at a time the whole order, the whole batch, and then re-uploaded the batch. When they re-uploaded, uh, I started picking up, putting offers in. They approved the first offer. It was taking a little while, so I asked them to, can you guys give me that order? I picked that order, and that's the first order I went out to deliver as I waited on the rest of the orders. Why I pulled it into gas station because they approved the second order, and I wanted to make sure that they're not gonna. I don't have to come back and pick up all the orders, but it wasn't worth going back, so I went out to deliver. On Roadie is a little bit different than on DoorDash. On Roadie, you use a Google map, and in my situation, the address was not exactly designed for Google's Maps, so it took me in the middle of the road and said, "Here's my destinations." When I looked at the house number, realized I'm at the wrong place, had to track back and figure out by manually where that house would estimate be, and eventually completed that order. So as you guys can see, came out, realized it's the wrong place, turn around, and heading back now. I'll stop once or twice, try to kind of, figure out what the house numbers are, the house number I need to be at, and eventually I'll deliver it and start heading back to Walmart to pick up more orders. So I completed it, and right now heading back. I'll be, guys, honestly, it's probably videos not too bad looking, but takes a lot of time for me to do it. And especially since YouTube is not paying me anything, and investing 6 hours on every video like this might be just not worth it. So I picked up rest of the orders, I believe 6 more. I did lose one to someone else. I also discovered that on Roadie, you can pick up to 4 orders. After you drop off an order, you can pick up, you can add 4 more, and they'll actually approve 4 more. If you try to pick up all 8 or 10 at the same time, they will only approve your first 4 and then deny the rest of those. And that was a kind of a situation where I ran in, where when I went out on the first delivery, they denied, only approved 4, denied all the rest. So when I dropped that first order off, I went out and just dropped off another order here. So then I dropped out the first order, then I added 4 more, and they approved those 4 more. So that's how kind of completed my got got orders. And the beauty part is when you add orders, Roadie will lay them out and start sending you to deliver them step by step. So it's not like you have to figure out which one is next. They'll lay it out and create a route, and you'll go out and deliver it. So now we are on another drop off here shortly. Dropped it off, coming back and heading towards next delivery. And of course, I was hoping to complete these deliveries before it got dark, but in this situation, it's just how it is. But for first I was getting those orders about 3 something per delivery. These orders came up to 7 something per delivery, so kind of came out worth it. So had a little hard time trying to find the address, but eventually found it, delivered it. What you're seeing, this light inside, I'm using the flashlight trying to figure out. So delivered it on to the next one. So now we're heading to Crab Orchard, just past Cedar Creek Lake. So dropped off the next one, and that's gonna be the final one we dropped off of that batch. Then I got an offer immediately. Then I looked up and there was another offer for $9.99 pharmaceutical in Stanford. So I grabbed that and headed out to, I'm not Stanford, Danville. So I headed out to Danville, which was about 25-minute ride. And I'm sorry, kind of put that in right in the middle of the screen. Hopefully it won't be too long. So when I got to, so right now we're in Stanford main intersection, and now we're heading off to Danville. So when I got to Danville, we picked up the pharmaceutical, delivered. So let me pause this. Okay, so we're continuing. And what else I wanted to say here? So yeah, we're kind of we're heading out to Danville right now to the CVS pharmacy to pick up the prescription drugs for a customer where we're gonna drop it off. I wasn't sure there's a drive-through, so it took me a little while to figure it out at the store. But now I'm waiting at the store to get the pharmaceuticals. When I got to the place where I dropped off the pharmaceuticals, I tried Grubhub, and they were trying to send me $28 on a 22-mile one-way pickup. So I kind of no way, not interested. And then I'm waited for a couple of minutes, canceled it, and moved on. This light was not turning on green, so I eventually made a right turn and went back around the back streets to move on with my delivery. Dropped it off right here. Um, like I said, tried the app, and then at that point just said it's enough. And that's when I noticed another um, on the Roadie app, two more deliveries for $20. I put in an offer for those. As you guys are going to see, I arrived to Walmart, but as I arrived to Walmart, to my surprise, they gave it to someone else. So that's how I discovered that if there's more than one person that actually responded with an offer, most likely then there's a chance you might not get it. So no worth, heading out to the pickup location until you can get a confirmation of that they accepted your offer. Only then it's worth actually going finishing what you're doing and then heading down there. So a couple things was that were discovered today that I learned about Roadie that might be interest to you guys as well. So for the whole day, I did 72 on Roadie, 32 on DoorDash, came up to $104 for the whole day. I personally believe that is not too bad. About 6 days of dashing. All the rest was my downtime, various different kind. As you guys can see it here on the screen, the messages I received that sorry, delivery was given to someone else. And I did say something about 6 days now. It's roughly about 6 hours for a day for $104. So as you guys can see here on the screen, I pulled up a Roadie of $72 for that day for the run. So I want to actually ask you guys a question for those of you that watched it to the end. Have you guys liked the video? It's one of the better videos compared to the ones I did before. Question one, let me know in the comments. Question, second thing, I really appreciate you guys if you guys could like, subscribe, and click the bell so you guys can be notified. Um, I would actually also want to have some kind of a conversation feedback. What do you guys like? What do you guys don't like? I'm also looking for those that want to actually be a guest on my channel so we can have a conversation forth and back on various different topic. Doesn't have to be DoorDash. Can be anything, starting a business, business ideas, you know, various different things. Definitely contact me. If you go to the channel information part down there, you'll find my email. You'll also find my phone number if you need to get hold of me. Get hold of me, and let's see what we can do together. Because at the end of the day, I have a lot in my head, and I personally am not sure how to extract all of that. So I do need your guys' help to help me extract this. So pretty much, having a conversation on YouTube Live might actually, by asking those, you guys asking those questions might actually help me extract by answering and providing you guys knowledge. So blessings to every single one of you. This has been a long one. I started editing around 10. Right now is 4:24 in the morning, and I still then the video has to render before I can upload and then do the rest of the stuff on YouTube. So guys, be blessed, and I'll be back. Take care.